Hey there, everyone. This week I'm on the recruiting trail with Evan Stewart from Frisco Liberty. Evan, how's it going?
It's going good.
Good. We are so excited to have you on. You four-star athlete, you just phenomenal athlete from what I've seen on the football field. And it's obvious you're getting noticed from colleges, from the mountain of colleges sending you their pamphlets behind you. So how is your recruiting process going, and what's it kind of been looking like?
It's going pretty good actually. It's slowing up a little bit now since I just narrowed down to my top 13, but it was very crazy at the beginning.
Okay, so you said you narrowed it down to your top 13, so you're gonna have to tell me what your top 13 is now.
It's Alabama, LSU, Georgia, TCU, Texas, Baylor. Man, it's a lot. Florida, Notre Dame. I can't get it off the top of my head.
That's so many schools. I think that's more offers than I got in my college career. Played soccer at TCU, so Riff Ram Bazoo. I hope we win. So what are you looking for in a college program, and what made those 13 schools the schools that you wanted to really focus on?
Well, I really did pay attention to like how they run their offense, how much like they're getting the ball to their receivers. And also I look into like colleges that I feel would be the right fit for me and like will develop me as a player. Cause all I want to do is really develop like so I can get to the league basically. But the whole plan is who's going to develop me the best to get to the league.
And you said it best. Who's going to develop you? What program are you going to fit into? So how do you see yourself fitting into a college program?
Usually I'll watch film. I watch a lot of film like whenever I get bored, and like I'll look up like their star receivers on their team, like see what they do, like how they play with them and their play style, and see if that's like a play style that's like for me or like something like that.
And what kind of player are you? I mean, I get to see you on the field, but these programs who are looking at you and these fan bases who are looking at you don't know you just yet. So what kind of player are you, and what's your style?
I am a playmaker. If you put the ball in my hands, something's going to happen almost every single time. Well, actually, it's really guaranteed almost every single time. But I mean, yeah, I just play with a lot of speed and I attack my opponents. Not really like you can put anybody like in front of me and it's gonna be the same outcome. I'm always gonna be on top. That's how I feel at least. But yeah.
I like it. The Evan Stewart guarantee. I'm gonna start hashtag tagging that Evan Stewart guarantee. I like it. So, we see you on the field. Who are you off the field? What kind of person are you? What are some of your hobbies? What are things that you enjoy to do?
I'm known to be. I'm a very goofy person. People like to like. I make a lot of people laugh. I put smiles on people's faces. That's really what I like to do. But like, yeah, I'm a calm person to hang around. Like, I just like to see everybody do good, really. But yeah, people just know me for that. And I do like. People usually, if they don't know me for football, they'll know me for TikTok. I do TikTok a lot, but yeah, that's just like a hobby I do.
So you're a TikToker, huh?
Yes, man.
I don't know anything about TikTok, so maybe one day I'm gonna have you do a rundown with me on TikTok because I need to learn.
Yes, man.
It's a little before my time, though. I'm getting kind of old nowadays. So, what's it like being Frisco has so many different schools and people kind of get them a little mixed up with each other. But Frisco Liberty is definitely a school and definitely a team that is really putting their names on the map, is really starting to become a team that people recognize. What's it like being a part of that Frisco Liberty program?
It's actually very fun. I like it. I enjoy it a lot. It's just because, first off, we weren't a good team. I'm not gonna say we weren't a good team, but like we weren't having the best seasons. And like it's like always funny to hear people, they're like bro, like you should leave Liberty. I'm like, why would I do that? Like I mean, I created a name for myself like with the team. Like I want to stay here. Like being at Liberty is really like it's just a family. Like, we're all a big family. Everybody gets along. There's not really anybody who just stands out on Liberty. Like, we're all just like family. We all look at each other the same.
That's awesome. It's also really cool to see somebody who is dedicated to their program. You know, a lot of times you'll see the top players go to a top school and change schools just because their recruiting is better or they want to win a state championship or whatever it is. But I always love seeing people who are just dedicated to, you know, the place that they started. So for you, what is the one thing that you want people to know about you? What is your core value?
I like people. I want people to know that they can trust me. That's really the key thing. I want trust. That's really everything I want.
You know, so in your time at Frisco Liberty, what's been your all-time favorite high school moment thus far? I know you still have time ahead of you. You're only a junior, but what's been your all-time favorite memory?
All-time favorite memory. Everybody says the Wakeland game, my sophomore year when we won, but I want to say, actually, I don't know. I actually don't know. Actually, no. I'm going to say it would be the Wakeland game. It would be the Wakeland game.
I was going to say, I might have to come back your senior year and ask you this question again.
Yeah, like, it's definitely the Wakeland game. The Wakeland game was memorable. That was a very fun time.
I like it. So, you know, I know you still have a year, like I said, you're only a junior, but when this is all said and done, what do you want your legacy at Frisco Liberty to have been, and what do you want people to have said about you, you know, as you're moving on to college and whatever the next journey, the next venture is? What do you want your legacy to have been at Frisco Liberty?
I want to come out of Liberty and I want people to say that was the best wide receiver I think I've ever seen and will ever see. That's what I want people to say. That's what I want my legacy to be. But if it's not, another thing I want to be is he was a hard worker. That's really, a hard worker.
And my last question, and then I will let you go, but when that next generation of football players comes up, and you know, some kid is asking Evan Stewart for advice, what advice would you give them?
To be himself. All athletes need to be themselves. Usually whenever you start panicking, everything starts getting chaotic. As long as you're calm and you be yourself, you should be fine.
Awesome, Evan. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on the Recruiting Show.
No problem.